All right, cool. So we're gonna give it like 30 more seconds before we get back into it. I don't know why it cut off. Geo, what is going on, Geo? We're back on this live. All right. I see there's a few more people hopping on, so we had the live stream cut off halfway. Not sure why. But boom boom boom, let's let it rock. Let's give it like 2 more minutes. I want to make sure it doesn't cut off again. All right, all right, all right. Let's get it. Okay, cool. So let's get into a quick recap of what just happened. All right, we're gonna do a quick recap. All right. Well, not just what just happened, what we just spoke about. So if you guys are just tapping in, I see there are more people on the stream now. So number one, if you just tap in where, drop in the chat where it is that you guys are tapping in from. Right. We had the chat before, but the live stream got cut off. So we're starting over. So I'm gonna do a quick recap of what we just kind of spoke about. Obviously, if you're here, by the title you see we're back. Right. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing a lot more on education, a lot more on teaching you guys, a lot more on, really diving in. And if you guys used to be a part of the academy that I was a part in, that I was teaching in, that I was educating in, we're now taking those live sessions that I used to do every week, 3-4 times a week, and we're going to be putting that right here on YouTube for the next few weeks, few months. I don't know how long we're going to be doing it, but we are going to be doing it right here. So every Monday for sure, I'm going to be live every single Monday. And then I got to figure out the other 2. I'm going to do at least 2 more days. And then maybe like a 4th day, kind of like a pop-up, kind of thing. But for sure, I want to do at least 3 times a week. Get on here with you guys. Give you some market psychology. I truly do believe that most people fail in trading. Not necessarily fail, right? To fail, you have to give up. So if you're still here, you obviously haven't failed yet, right? But most people aren't as successful in trading, and I don't believe it's because of the strategy or it's because trading is super complicated. I actually believe trading is super simple. I'll be honest with you, if it wasn't super simple, I wouldn't do it. I just don't think it's worth it, right? Unless it's super simple. So it is super simple. It's straight to the point kind of stuff, but I believe most people do not see success in trading, not because of strategy, not because of the markets, not because of who they learn from, but because of the psychology, because of the way that they think about trading, because of the way that they think about money, and because of the way that they think about success. For those of you who know me on a personal level, I am very big on your thoughts. I'm very big on the subconscious mind. I'm very big on understanding that you literally, can have and become whatever it is that you want to have and become in the world. I have been blessed enough to have been able to see success in multiple different sectors of life as well as business, owning multiple companies. And it's not because I'm anyone special. Almost everything that I've gotten good at, I believe it's like I had no experience in whatsoever, but I've gotten good at it because of the way that I think. So we're going to be doing a psychology session every single week, like we did before. We're going to be doing a beginner introduction section for all of my brand new people that are coming into the markets brand new. We can't just jump straight into, the hard stuff right away. We got to teach you guys the very basics and show you how to get to that next step. I believe that's also another reason why, people don't see as much success as they would like, is because they kind of get on YouTube and they go straight from being brand new to watching somebody making millions, right? Watching somebody making millions, and it's too much for them. It's too complicated. They don't understand it. They see all the money that person's making, but they don't yet understand how that's possible, right? So we're gonna go to some basic stuff, and we're gonna have a beginner session, and then we're also going to do more of a kind of like a market structure section. So diving more into support, resistance, and trends. I trade primarily that supports SRT, so support, resistance, trend lines. So we're going to teach you guys a lot about that as well. Those are the 3 primary live sessions that we're going to be doing every single week on YouTube. And we're going to be doing that up until, like I said, I don't even know how long. It's going to be a couple of weeks that we're going to be doing that. But we're going to be doing it for free, right? We're going to be doing it for free. So the goal is like I said before, is to focus not necessarily on fishing for you guys, but to teaching you guys how to fish, to teach you how to go out there and make your own money in the markets, determine what success looks like for you as a trader. And then from there, make you the money to be able to buy your own pond, right? To buy the pond so that you no longer have to worry about people fishing for you, right? So it's going to be super lit. I'm really, really excited about it. It's something that I've been thinking about for quite some time now, but I honestly haven't really had the time. If you guys have been following me over the last 2 years, well, 3 years actually, over the last 3 years, I've had 2 kids, right? So it's been pretty hectic. And not only have I had 2 kids over the last 3 years, but I also started a new company, was able to build that company to, a 7-figure company. Okay, cool. We should be back now. By the way, guys, I'm not like super. I don't know about a lot of this stuff. If you guys know why, because this is the same exact computer that I used to stream on and everything like that. Obviously, this is my first time streaming as I've been back, but I don't know why it keeps cutting me off. So if you guys have any input on that, let me know. I might just have to buy a whole new computer, right? And I don't mind doing that for you guys. All right, but it's definitely gonna be lit. So we're gonna be going live on YouTube, live sessions. If you guys missed the last live that got cut off a few minutes ago, we also have our Discord server. So if you're not already in the Discord, make sure you guys join the Discord server, the Rockstar Traders Discord server. All right, so Rockstar Traders Network right here. All right, we got a lot of stuff in here. Okay, and we are dropping as well the free academy. All right, so we got the free academy that's launching for everyone to kind of tap into, take advantage of. I'm new to all of this stuff here. I don't even really use Discord too much, but I learned it all for y'all. Learned it all for y'all. So we got a lot of good stuff here. Like I said, I am super excited about this. Cannot wait till we take this off. We're going to be taking it to a whole nother level. My goal is to teach as many people as possible how to trade for themselves and to turn more people into full-time traders. All right, full-time traders. Now, what does full-time trading mean to you? So I want to give you guys, before we go ahead and hop off, kind of give you guys my mentality, my thought process, the way that I think now, especially with, getting a little bit older, seeing a little bit more success, making some fairly good money, having kids, doing all this kind of stuff, and also taking a 2-year break from social media, Forex life, right? So, I want to talk a little bit about you guys. What are some of the biggest things that I've learned over the last 2 years when it comes to trading? Especially getting back into it. I actually put trading completely on hold, probably for about a year straight. So out of those 2 years, one of those 2 years, I completely stopped trading. And I was focused on my other businesses, right? And one of the biggest things that I've learned, especially coming back into, getting back on the charts, and still being able to, what's crazy? I got back on the charts and immediately went back into profit. If you guys haven't seen those videos, I uploaded plenty of videos towards the beginning of this year. I think I started my account when I got back in January, and I started the account with about $500, a little bit over $500. Took that account to over $5,000, then close to $10,000, then made some withdrawals, so on and so forth, started traveling again. But I think the biggest thing that I've learned over these last few years, and we're going to talk more about this, is, what does success actually mean for most people? Back when, before I kind of took that break to exit the social media space, I think a lot of my trading mentality, especially because of the people that I was around and the people that I was learning from, a lot of my trading mentality came from the lifestyle of trading. And I'm sure a lot of you could understand what it is that I'm talking about, right? The lifestyle of trading, the Lamborghinis, the penthouses, the mansions, the traveling around the world, all the parties. Like, I think that, and it kind of messes you up as a trader. It really messes you up as a trader, because you kind of forget when you get involved in that life, right? And you start hanging around those people that are buying the designer clothes and doing all these extra kind of stuff. You kind of forget why it is that you even started trading in the first place. And what I want to do is I want to be able to show you guys that you don't need to make millions of dollars. And of course, making millions of dollars is great. I ain't going to sit here and, Jack, I'm not going to downplay making millions. I'm not downplaying that at all. I rebuke that, right? I want y'all to make millions. But you got to understand that there's a process to everything. Law of process, right? John C. Maxwell. There's a law of process. So there's a process to everything, and you're going to have to build up until that point. And when you start to understand, like, okay, one of my favorite audios, and I'll put you guys, a little bit more onto it. I've been listening to this for probably about more than 6 years. The Strangest Secret. If you guys have not listened to The Strangest Secret, great audio, great book altogether. But, it says success is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal, right? So what does success mean to you? Success is whatever you, kind of go out to achieve. So what do I mean by that, right? And this is what I've learned over the last few years. Before, I used to beat myself up. And when I say beat myself up, I kind of felt like I wasn't as successful if I hit the charts and didn't make thousands or multiple thousands within a session. And although that's great, right? What I eventually learned was that just being a full-time trader doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make thousands upon thousands of dollars. And I'll tell you guys why. I got 3 kids. I did like this, right? I got 3 kids, right? My kids don't have to worry about anything, like ever. Don't have to worry about anything. Money is not an issue, right? My girl, stay-at-home mom for the past 6 years, doesn't have to worry about anything. Not an issue. And it's not to say that we're like mega rich. We're not mega rich. But because of trading, you look at most Americans, most people don't even make more than $200 a day. But we get on the charts, and if we don't have that $500 a day or that $1,000 a day, we think that we're failing at trading. And that's not true at all, right? So when I say teaching you guys how to become a full-time trader, that full-time income is whatever you deem it to be, but you have to understand that you have to start somewhere first. So like, for example, if you're working, how many of you here work a job? Who here works a job? Anybody here have a job? Who here has a job? Right? So if you have a job, your first goal in trading should be not making more than what you make at your job, because chances are you develop skills throughout your life that has landed you that job, whatever the position might be. Even if it's like something where you didn't really have to study for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you work at Starbucks to make coffee. You had to learn how to make the coffee to work successfully at Starbucks, right? So there's going to be time. So you don't want to get into trading and say, hey, you know what? I need to quit my job in 3 months. No, just start making some money. You know how they say, like, you're supposed to put some money away for savings and then have at least 6 months of income, right? Set aside. Why don't you make that like your trading? Like, why don't you continue to work your job, stack up, get your 6 months, to your savings account. Most Americans don't even have a savings account, which is crazy. And the ones who do, out of that, most people don't even have $500 saved up, right? That's a factual statistic, by the way. You can look it up, right? But doing that, okay, and then build up to the point in which you start to make more at your job. Once you start to make more on your charts than you do at your job, then you can kind of start calling yourself a full-time trader, right? But again, it's not going to take thousands of dollars a day for you to get there, because most of you don't even make thousands of dollars a day. And that's reality too, right? So I think these next few weeks are going to be super lit. We're going to be diving a lot into teaching you guys how to trade. I know somebody just asked about binary options in the chat. And the cool part about trading, I've always said this, is that it doesn't matter really what it is that you trade. If you learn how to trade, you can trade anything. Like anything whatsoever. I went from trading FOREX to trading binary options. And when I got back on the charts, because of my schedule, I dabbled a little bit into indices with the same knowledge that I had from trading everything else. And I started crushing it with NAS 100. That's like my favorite thing to trade now, right? So it doesn't really matter what it is you trade. Point is, what we're going to be teaching on here, you can apply it to anything. If it wasn't for me learning how to scalp in the Forex market, I wouldn't have been successful at trading binary options. And if it wasn't for me learning patience and entry points and, getting, risk to reward, all those different things, I wouldn't have been, successful in trading indices, right? So it's all relevant stuff. And we're going to get into that. Do I still trade binary options though? No, I do not. I do not trade binary options anymore. And there's not, I can't say anymore, because there's not it's not like I quit binary options. The reason why I don't trade binary options is because it doesn't go with my schedule, right? So when I used to trade binaries, excellent stream status. We just keep getting cut off. All right. So as I was saying, let's get back into binary options. So it's not like with binary options, it's not like there's a specific reason that I stopped it, right? In terms of binary options itself, it's just because it conflicts with my schedule. So I trade New York session, and the broker that I like trading on is Pocket Option. I believe Pocket, I've tried so many different binary options brokers, a lot of ups and downs with them. Pocket Option has been the most consistent broker I have ever used in the binary space, and it's also been the broker that, it's one of the first brokers that I learned about. And I started trading binaries. I learned about binaries in 2018, started trading in 2019. So from 2018 all the way up until this point, I have not seen any issues with Pocket Option. I know a lot of people that trade Pocket Option, and they have not seen any issues with Pocket Option. My point is, though, is that I like trading on Pocket Option, and from what I found is that the times that I'm on the charts with Pocket Option in the morning, the payouts suck. They're just not good. They're not good. And you can find maybe 1 to 2 pairs that have good payouts, but for the most part, most of them at the time that I trade around that between, I would say, 9 to 11 kind of range in the morning, right? And the payouts are just not good. They're not good on Pocket at that time. Maybe that's something we can work on. I don't know. Maybe we can band together as a community and help them change that. But the payouts are just not good at that time. That's my favorite time to trade. I don't want to change that, and that's why I don't trade binary options anymore, to be honest with you. I tried to go back to trading Tokyo session because when I first started trading binaries, I did only trade Tokyo, and I did like Tokyo. Tokyo is probably one of my favorite sessions. The problem is that I have 3 kids now, and 2 of them are like, I got 2 under 3 years old, okay? So we got the whole bedtime routine, right? We got being out all day, obviously running the companies that I run, the offices, doing, things like this, trading, social media. The kids are at school, so on and so forth. So like that evening time, I spend that time with family, and then it's putting the kids to bed. And then after putting the kids to bed, to be honest with you, I don't want to get on the charts. For anybody that got kids, or, maybe your kids are older now, but if you ever been through that, like there's just the nighttime with all of that going on. You had the long day, you had to deal with the kids. I just don't want to get on the charts at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. anymore. So Tokyo session doesn't work for me. It's a great session to trade binaries, but it doesn't work for me. And then the other session that I know that one of my friends actually trades very, very early Eastern time, between like 5 a.m. probably to like 7 a.m. That area, Pocket Option pays out amazing. It pays out great. I'm just not willing to wake up at 5 a.m. to trade. So that's why I don't trade binary options. So hopefully that answers your question. It's nothing against binary options. It's nothing that I found out. None of those things. If I find a broker that, pays a little bit better during those times, I probably would still do it. Binary options is still my favorite, all-around favorite style of trading. Until indices become that, right? Because I have really grown a really strong liking to trading NAS. I don't know. NAS, it's the perfect combination of trading Forex. And when I say NAS, it's like NAS, US 30, blah, blah, blah. But I don't trade those. I focus on NAS. But it's like the perfect combination of trading Forex and having a Forex pair, and then also that excitement of binary options. It's like right in the middle. So trading indices is like Forex and binary options had a kid, and indices is right there. Scalping indices. I don't know about trading it long term, right? But yeah, so that's why I don't trade binaries. Nothing against it. I will still be teaching it for everybody that does want to trade it. I do have a lot of people, even that I know in my personal life, that like to trade binary options and want to continue to trade that. So that will be a thing. Okay. How do I get into trading? I'm 22 and I just want to become my own boss, make my own hours. Yeah. So like that's what this whole, I guess, channel, and even this live stream is going to be about. Or if you are brand new to trading, I would recommend just joining the Discord. We're going to be going over a lot of stuff in that. Make sure you got notifications on YouTube. I'm still going to be uploading content, but I think my focus is more going to be the live streams. I like that. I like doing the live streams. I think they're easier. I think they're simpler. The whole content thing is too planned out for me. I got to think about things and do all that kind of stuff. And if you guys know me, I'm a very simple person. And I think that's why people resonate with my teaching, because I keep it simple. I'm a very simple guy. I don't like to overcomplicate things. But yeah, hopefully I answered that question in terms of binaries, right? Boom, boom, boom. So we went over a lot of stuff. I know this this live stream was broken into two because for whatever reason I got cut off, but I think I found a temporary fix to it. It disconnects on YouTube for some reason, but my stream is actually still running. And if I just click that refresh button over on OBS, the streaming software, I come right back on. So might do that in the meantime while we figure out what's going on with these live streams and why they cut me off 3 times today. But we should all be good. So with that being said, guys, again, we got the Academy coming. All right, Academy coming soon. So make sure you guys are staying plugged in, staying connected to that. Make sure you are in the Discord. We have a free Discord with a bunch of resources, a bunch of things for you guys. I'm going to be uploading my live trade breakdowns. We're going to be talking more about the charts and getting into the charts within the Discord as well. So that's going to be exciting. So make sure you guys join the Discord and make sure you stay tuned. Turn your notifications on for YouTube because we're going to be live streaming every single week here on YouTube, teaching you guys, number one, market psychology. One of my favorite things to talk about is just the psychological or the spiritual side of success. And make sure you guys understand that. We're going to be talking about the basics of trading for my brand new people like Damien. All right. So like Damien, we're going to be getting into the very basics of trading and how you guys can go ahead and start getting your feet wet and getting into trading. And then we're going to take it up a notch and we're going to be teaching you guys how to actually mark up on the charts, how to plot your support, how to plot your resistance, and how to find potential trade setups. So we're going to be doing those live streams. It's going to be super lit. But again, you're going to want to be in the Discord. So make sure you guys tap into the Discord, join that up, and let's share this out. I'm not sure if I'm going to take both lives and just make it one, or maybe I'll take down the first one and make this the main one. I don't know. But stay tuned for that as well because we want you guys to be able to come back. If you missed the live stream or if you came in late, I want you to get all of the information so that you're fully up to date with everything moving forward over the course of the next few weeks. Now, it has been a while since I've been on YouTube. I know I did briefly come back this year, uploading a few things. But if you guys are watching this, if you're watching the replay or if you're live right now, do me a favor, go ahead and drop a like on the video, okay? It helps get this out to more people, especially the people who have been following since 2019, 2020, all right? And from there, we should be good. All right, guys, so with that being said, have a blessed day. I will see you guys in the Discord server. It's your boy Rico, a.k.a. RockStarrFX. I'm out. Peace.